Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul too.
What up, man? It's your big brother K, man.
And it's your boy Keystone.
Hey, y'all are tuned in to the Underground Dialogue podcast where the name speaks for itself, man. Y'all hear Keystone, that sounded like Froggy and
DLC.
Rascals around here, man, boy. But, man, we have a special guest with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
This brother here, man, has been over 30-plus years in the comedy game. He's a trailblazer in comedy in the city of Houston in particular, man. He has toured the world making people laugh. He's been on everything from HBO, Showtime, BET, Comic View. He's worked with and shared the stage with some of the best, man, from Cedric to Jamie Foxx. So whoever you can name, this brother here is the truth when it comes to comedy, man.
Holds the record at
One
comedy.
of the greats in the game, no doubt about it, man. Underrated legend, in my opinion. The one and only Mr. Juan Villarreal. How you doing, family?
Man, what's up, bro? I was just... No, what's up, fucker?
What's up, fucker?
What's up, fucker? I'm good, brother. I'm good, man.
Glad to have you.
Lucky, man.
Glad to have you, man.
Come on, man. I'm with a legend, bro.
Oh, come on, man. You are the legend.
He called me, man. I was singing his. You know what I mean? I could teach you about the universe and all that's in it. I could teach you how to write 1,000 rhymes a minute. His face folded up just because I thought about slapping him.
Come on, man.
Man, my little kids, my kids were young at that time, but they used to say all that stuff.
Man, that's
that straight
crazy.
the number song.
Yeah.
They did, bro. My kids, they used to straight the and I got 4 boys, you know, kind of back to back. So when that part at the end, man, they would just jump in the car, and go crazy, bro.
Man, that's insane.
It's like, "Juan, you ain't got car seats?" I mean, I can't put 5 car seats. I used to say popos. My kids, bam, drop.
Drop down. It's like it's already in the minute. They already know the routine.
Yeah,
same thing.
Man, well, I appreciate you, bro. You know, to hear one of the great comedians spitting my rhymes, man, that's like just surreal to me, man. Come on, man. Tell us how you got started, though, man, because I know you got to be born with the gift of humor, man. That ain't something you can just go to school or somebody can teach you, man. When did you learn that you was funny, and what made you get into the comedy game?
Because I was working security.
Yeah.
I was working security from like 89 to 92. And before that, I was doing like, you know, roofing jobs. And then I worked at a container corporation. I used to make boxes, you know, in cases and stuff. So I know all about boxes and scores and the machines and the press and stuff. And then I did some forklift and did some scaffolding, some welding, some grinding, and then working on bulldozers and stuff. So I was, you know, like my dad, you know, they were a hardworking man. So, but then I was like, every company that I went to, I would look and I would see people that was, I've been here 20 years, Juan. I've been here 30 years, and they look really tired and stuff. So, and I was young, and I was excited that I had a job, and they were like, don't buy a house. Don't buy a house because you will get stuck here.
Wow.
Like, this will be, and so, you know, I didn't. You know what I mean? We in the apartment. I was really young, though. I was 19, 20, 21. And then at 22, I was working security, and that was an ugly thing. Like I think about some of the stuff I did because I was working in the Sharpstown area, and then I worked in the Gulfton area. And this is, you know, 90, 91, 92, this when crack was like just taking over, bro. And this is right there by Sharpstown Mall. So I was working security, and you know, you got to arrest people sometimes. You can let people go, but then, you know, they didn't want to call the cops because most of them were like illegal. They're like, the owner's like, hey, you know how to fight? And I was like, yeah, okay, man, because we don't call the cops here. And I'm like, okay.
Man.
But man, I didn't know we were gonna be fighting, you know what I mean, 2 or 3 times a night,
Right,
weekend and stuff. Like,
yeah,
like I remember going like 2 or 3 weekends with no fights. I thought something was wrong. I was like, man, like
kind of job.
something gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, and then that was an ugly world, and me and my ex-wife, we were hurting for money. I had 5 kids, and we security guard. I was working and in places I was getting paid $3.35 an hour.
Okay, that was the minimum wage back
yeah.
then. But yeah.
And I'm commissioned. You know, I'm carrying a gun. I got a badge. I got my handcuffs and this and that.
So he's not supposed to be making that low.
I know, man. Like, I have people breaking bottles coming after me and stuff. Like, bro, it was like, man. So, but I learned how to fight, whatever, and it was just ugly. Then I got to the point where, you know how to fight. And you're like, at the end, I was like, hey, bro, come on. Like, listen, man, like, I do this every weekend.
Right.
Like, I train for this. I sleep, I rest. Like, you just got off work.
I'm ready for y'all.
You're buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm completely sober.
Right.
I was 22. I was 5'10". You know what I mean? I had
in your prime.
Yep. I had little stomach muscles and everything, bro. I was like, but that's because I was in the Army, so that was part. And then I hooped a lot. Like, I played a lot of ball, man. So I was always running and stuff. So we were hurting. My cousin comes over, bro. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just stressing, just sad, whatever. And my cousin comes over, like, hey, cuz. I'm like, what's up? He goes, I got a car. Let me put it in your garage overnight, and I'll give you $500. And we'll pick it up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I was like, what I got to do? He goes, nothing, man. Just let us park it in there. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Like, so they parked it in there. He gave me $500. Man, I told my wife, what's her name, gave me $500, man. We got money. Yeah. So I got my lights on. You know what I mean? Because it was still early. I got my lights on. I got my water on. Yeah. And then we had money to go grocery shopping. And then we went, and bought, we went and rented some movies from Blockbuster. Yeah. We bought a pizza.
Oh, school.
Like, bro, we had
like it was yesterday, we got a pizza.
yeah, pizza. Bro, it was like a great night for, like, we really thought, like, we were so hungry, bro. Like, we really thought it was a blessing from God. Like, we thank God.
Right.
You know what I mean? We thank you, God. Whatever my kids were eating, it was good. And then the next morning, bro, my neighbor, little 18-year-old, he was smoking crack, and he called Crime Stoppers on me, and he got $80 for turning me in.
For what?
For Grand Theft Auto.
That car.
Yeah, the car.
I was thinking you was gonna say they had hit something in the car.
Me too. I was saying how many keys was in the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, so the car was stolen.
Man. Yeah, it was a stolen car, bro. And what made it bad was it was an anti-theft car.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't too anti-theft.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like so they gave him $80. That was Crime Stoppers. $80.
And he tried to give the check to my wife.
Wow.
He's like, he tried to give it to my wife. He's like,
he started feeling bad.
Yeah, my ex-wife, sorry. Yeah, he tried to give it to her.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then I started comedy.
Yeah.
Like 2 days later, when I went to the county for 2 days, my mom bailed me out.
Right.
And then I was in the garage going through some stuff, and I saw the green sheet. And back then, it was like, back then I had I would buy like a nickel or a dime because I was like poor, but dimes are they would hook it up a little bit for me, whatever. Yeah. So I knew where all my roaches were. So I'm in the garage, man. It's getting cloudy, windy. I'm crying. I'm feeling like a failure. Yeah. And green sheet, the wind's coming, it's just blowing around, whatever. And then a little roach falls. You know what I mean? I'm like, I thought it was a cigarette. Like, this was. So I took a good, 7, 8 hold-ins. It was good. It was a good buzz. Like, and then the green sheet's right there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it for I'm reading something, and then the page just turns. Wow. And it says, be a star, amateur comedians wanted, open mic, laugh stop, every Monday. And I was like, I thought about, man, I could do this. I could do this. And then my security guard partner, he was like, bro, you're funny, man. You ought to do comedy. You're funny. He was one of the main ones. I never even thought about doing comedy. And then in 2 days, that I was out. I thought about comedy for about 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to do it. if I were to go on stage, I would talk about this. Oh, I would talk about, oh man, then I would talk about this. So I went in the house. I told my ex-wife, hey, babe, I'm going to pawn the gun because I have my security gun. I'm going to pawn this. We're going to get a babysitter. We'll get some gas. I'm going to buy me a shirt. And we're going to go do this open mic at the Laugh Stop.
Did she support? Was she supportive? Was she thought you was crazy?
No, man. That's the thing. Like, when I was in school, I was, we were performing to a bunch of different schools. I was little, bro. When I joined the Army in 84, I was 17. I was 5'5", and I weighed like 112 or 117 or something like that. Like, I was lightweight. Yeah, bro. And they almost didn't want to take me because you got to make like a 50 on the ASVAB test, but I made a 49 because my math scores were really high. They're like, he's really good at math. We can use him. Yeah. So I joined the Army, came back, and then I was a man. I had no peer pressure. I wasn't a drinker or, anything. I've never really done nothing. Right. So I'm like, nah, man. And my cousin, come on, you're going to try it, bro. Like, nah. Yeah. I can say no now. And I wasn't afraid of getting beat up because in school, like, oh, you a class clown? Like, I was little, bro. I got beat up by girls, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Barbara Hernandez. Yeah. Motherfucker, when I find your ass. And look, Barbara, you were 1 year older than me. Okay, so that I'm going to be 58 next month. So that means you're about 59, 60.
Barbara got grandkids, man. I got great grandkids.
Yeah, I got 13 grandkids too. So like, it could be a whole family feud. Like, we get Steve Harvey the narrator with the big ass teeth he got. Come on, Steve. Every time Steve smiled, bam, that's like go. Yeah, no, man, but it was funny, bro, because I was in the fighter and it was in the 6th grade. It was almost like the last day. Yeah. And I'm in line because I had free lunch. And she just tapped me on my shoulder. Let's get it on. And she goes, I'm going to beat you up today. And I looked at her and she goes, after school, I'm going to beat you up.
3 o'clock.
And I didn't say nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I didn't believe it. Like, man, like whatever. Because she was a little bit taller than me. And, you know what I mean? Bigger. And then when I leave school, I look to my right and there's a circle. There's some shit going on over there. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go this way. Nah, like, I'm going to go this way. Man, you ain't going to believe this, bro. I made a left. They're about a half a block to my right. I made a left. Before I got to the end of the block, I was in the circle. Oh, the circle moved all of a sudden.
Came to you.
And Barbara looked at me. I told you. And get him. And I don't even know what for. I know it was serious when she got her hair and put a pencil in it. Bro. Like, bro.
She sized you up months ago. Woman.
Bro.
Like, yeah,
Reno, I was trying to call timeout.
Yeah.
She was whooping my ass. Yeah. I'm in the 6th grade. I'm trying to call timeout. She was, there ain't no time,
man. Why? She must have liked you.
Huh?
Hey, but why everybody had to fight on the last day of school? Why did we do that back in the day?
Right?
Back then,
you can't get in trouble.
Day of school, we fight. Everybody just for no reason. We've been doing it all year long, but on the last day of school, we got to fight.
You can't get suspended.
Yeah. But why fight though? What's the whole?
Can't get trouble.
I never understood that.
Oh yeah, man.
That's great. Yeah, because they fight.
But it was back then it was a more machismo thing, more of a. Like, man, like I go to schools now and I talk to students and, I'm a mentor. I do the anti-bullying thing. And it's like, and I tell them, man, like, nah, man, you real, man. I know you commented, I saw you grow up, whatever. And they bring up some of the people that I hung out with and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. Man. I said, you ever been like? I was like, nah, man, I've never gotten in trouble. So because I'm a real G.
When was the first time you got on stage? Like, what was it?
And I said, I'm a real G. And this young dude goes, oh, I was like, no. They thought that I got, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, man, like, real G's don't do that. Real G's come out here and work and grind and hustle and got to get child support sometimes or got to go get food stamps or cut a yard or do a staffing agency. Like,
real life.
Like anybody can go to jail. Anybody, dumbass, smart, brilliant, whatever. But it takes a real G to come out here, raise a family and not finish school and be still working and pain and egg and stuff. So these little kids, man, I'm starting to get a following and it's pretty cool.
Right.
But then they see my old videos, like, man, you talking a lot of shit back then. Like,
no, but it's an honest grind, though.
Yeah,
When you hit the stage the first time ever, like, what was it like? You were nervous? What was the response you got?
Yeah, because I had premeditated my set that I was going to talk about, and I didn't even have a like a real set. My first set, I went on stage, bro. It was the last stop, and I don't drink, right? So I drank a 40. I tried to drink me a 40, but I only drank. I don't drink, right? If I drunk. But I only drank about, like, I didn't even finish it halfway. Yeah. And my ex-wife and my buddy, like, you okay? I'm like, I was like, you okay? And I was like that. Yeah. So, you know, I'm like number 16. So there's 16 comedians in front of me. They used to get, yeah, man, they used to get, I was hoping to go away. I was trying to laugh. I was eating popcorn and stuff, and you know what I mean? And it was strong, bro. Yeah. And then, you know, I'd get up, whatever, and they would look at me like, because I had on a windbreaker and some shorts. You know what I mean? They couldn't see what kind of shorts because it was a long windbreaker. Right. And they're like, hey, man, so this is your first time? Like, yeah. Well, have fun. Try to be original. Try not to cuss. And I'm like, what? And they say, yeah, like, try not to cuss. And I'm like, oh, like, my whole set.
Loading.
Yeah, like, so I went on stage, and people looked at us and said, give it up first time, Juan Villarreal. I walked on stage, I was looking at everybody, and I got my hands in the windbreaker, and I said, I'm here to talk about problems of a big dick. And I went, so then I opened my windbreaker, bro, and I'm wearing spandex, and I put a big old thing right there. And I just said, man, you can cuss on this, right? It might be.
Yeah, no, it's underground download.
Okay, yeah. So I had, you know, it looked like a big old dick. And I said, yeah, like it's probably like you can't get good head when you got big dick, and your girlfriend, they got stretch marks on their face. Like, that's what I was saying, dude. Like, it don't go in all the way sometimes. And the crowd done saw 16 comedians try to be clever and this and that. Some of them were great, funny, bro. But when they saw me, my little ghetto ass talking about a big dick and this and that, and I said, you can't even cheat when you got big dick because, you know, your girl's walking around like, with her mouth, I would do the mouth. I said, then you go to the mall, you see another girl, and they would look at each other like, hey, and that was like my set. Yeah. And it killed. People ran. They gave me 5. The comedians didn't.
Because they like, hey, how come he got to go?
Yeah.
And I got to stay
back then they're like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
they ain't respect it.
Like, nah, man. Yeah. I didn't I didn't respect myself. That was, man, I wish I could go back verbally and slap me.
That's how I feel about some of my old music.
Yeah, like, oh my God, man. Yeah. So then, I mean, but the whole room was lit up, bro. They were jumping, the adrenaline. Like, I was like, wow. And I was driving home in an old beat up station wagon with my windbreaker. And like, I was like, let me take this thing out. I don't want to get pulled over. And then the next day I was, and I started watching the news. And then that's when I did a joke about the flood people. Because that's the joke that I said, man, they get flooded every year. And they never, this is 11 years in a row. And I'm just looking at it. And then I saw the reporter, and she's like, so what are you going to do now, this and that? And that's when the voice came in, because it sounded a little bit, I just enhanced it, but it was like, oh, we're going to stick around, let it dry up. Yeah. I'm like, but it's flooded, like, isn't that your house floating over there? Yeah, it happens every fucking year, but it's okay. We're going to anchor it down right there, boy. Anchor it down, boys. The Henderson's floated away. Yeah. That's our property now. And
they took over.
Yeah, and then I said, I'm like, man, I don't want to see no Mexican on that. They won't ask a Mexican. Like, hey, so what are you going to do now? Like, well, we're going to move, bitch. You want to see all the fucking water? Well, you think I can cut grass underwater? Like, we're moving. Oh, what? I look like Flipper or what? Yeah. Oh, I get it. I'm a wetback, right? I can swim, right? I'm a wetback. And back then, that would get a crazy laugh.
Right.
Now that word, you know what I mean? They don't want to say it. You can. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, you know what's crazy though? I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to ask you about this whole cancel culture thing. You know, a lot of not just comedians, but actors, rappers, whoever got a platform, you can come under scrutiny just if you say the wrong thing or say what people perceive to be the wrong thing. What do you think about that? Because I think comedy is the one genre where y'all are constantly on that line of like anything you could say at any moment, people might take it and try to either throw you away behind? Like what's your thoughts on that whole council thing?
It's scary, man.
Yeah.
Because I started in 92.
Right.
So Def Jam and all that stuff. And then I was on the road with them comics. Def Jam was just 5 minutes of them doing some stuff.
Yeah.
When I was on the road with them, they would,
set.
oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, and there was some more.
Right.
Some more, man. Like I like some more, but she intimidated me.
Yeah.
You Mexican. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a shot at that. And then she was talking about, well, I like this. And I was like, oh yeah, that ain't me, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't my size.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was scary, bro. Like it's scary because that could really hurt somebody.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like doing comedy. I like making people laugh, and this is where Eddie Griffin and Tupac played a role, because when I rocked Fat Tuesdays, I got a standing O. I got off stage, and you know, here in Texas, we say, you know, Mexicans say the N-word a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it no more.
Right.
Like every now and then it comes out, but okay, it's a bad word. Some people get mad, so I don't need it. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
But I said it at Fat Tuesdays in Hollywood.
Right.
So. And the joke was too strong for that word to kill the joke. I got standing. The Shack was there. Christopher Darden, OJ's prosecutor.
Right.
He was front row.
Wow.
John Singleton, Kid and Play was there. Guy Torre, and then Joe Torre did a guest spot. And I mean, there was so many celebrities.
Right.
Man. Yeah, and it just killed.
Yeah.
And that's when Pac ran up to me, and he's like, hey, where you from? I was like, I'm from Houston. He's like, man, you a real.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, man, because them essays don't talk like that out here.
Wow.
I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, and I looked at my manager. My manager like, woo.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. I was like, no, man, come on, you want to smoke? And me and him and Eddie Griffin went downstairs to go smoke.
Yeah.
So we're in the green room, we smoking, and then Pac's like, man, he's like. You know, because the room was shaking, bro. So Pac was like, still like, man, it's like he got off stage.
Right.
I mean, he was just looking at me. It was droll. I was poor. I was like, ooh, I was Bogart and my I was trying to kill that shit. So he was like, man, you just came in a room, you know, he fucked with black people and you just rocked it. He got a standing O, man. Like that, like, I'm like, yeah. But that's how my comedy is.
Yeah.
Like my comedy is like, look, man, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, and Pac and Eddie just stopped and looked at me. What?
Right.
What, you Bruce Lee fan? I'm like, yeah, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. Like, hold up. Because we all thought we knew about Bruce Lee, but then they realized, like, okay, I took it deep to a whole different level. And I said, so you got to have the ability to adapt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, be like water, like flow, like you gotta, so that's why I can do all Latino or Mexican, or black people, or hood rooms,
Right.
or mainstream rooms, or improv, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, bro. Like, it was, like, I did a show in Louisiana, and I told my manager, like, hey, man, I just went in the bathroom, and there was a dude washing his hand, he got a gun. And my manager's sitting there with a toothpick. He hasn't eaten nothing. He got a toothpick. He's chewing on that motherfucker. He's like, Juan, there's about 6 motherfuckers in here with guns.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, why would you book me here? He's like, man, you still go ahead. Because, it was like 35, 4,500. So it's a little right. Like, okay, let's go. And we were going to go to casinos with that or whatever. And then I'm like, so what we going to do? Man, he looked at me. He's like, just be funny.
Right.
You want me to go on stage?
Like,
So I went on stage.
You want that back end, don't you?
Yeah, I went on stage and I said, what's up, fuckers? And they recognized me, looked at me like, yeah. I said, look, I just want to let y'all know that I already done seen about 6, 7 people walking around with guns. So I know y'all got guns. So I want to let y'all know that I already done text my cousins. So if I don't send them a K every 5 minutes, they gonna show up.
Yeah.
And they got guns too.
Yeah.
And I mean, so they like, I went up there and threatened the whole club. Right? I went up there and threatened the whole club. My manager's freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm looking, you know what I mean? He my manager's black, and and I can just see his eyes. Why like, are you serious? Because I went up there and I threatened everybody, like, man, they would show up and we will steal your shit, and the copper in here, and maybe so.
Yeah, just lay it out.
Yeah, after that, I was like, so please, man, like don't shoot nobody. Put your guns on the table. Someone to put their guns on the table and stuff. And it was weird because the ones that I saw with guns didn't.
Right.
The other people that didn't look at that good.
Like, I didn't know you had one.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, there's more.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, and then let Keystone after. Man, when you was talking about hood rooms and all this stuff here, now you know my brother, my OG, our partner, Mad Bomber. Long time ago, Mad Bomber used to hang out at this club called the Speakeasy over on OST. All right. Older club, hole in the wall to the foot, straight hood. 55, 60-year-olds up in there, you know, bunch of women in there still doing the mashed potato, whatever they do. And Mad Bomber was trying to do his comedy thing at the time, so he booked Juan. All right. You know what I'm saying? And Juan came through, showed love. He didn't have much to give him, you know, Juan blessed him just by showing up. And we get in there, it's not a comedy room. Yeah. It's just a little hood club. So you come up in there, these people's minds are not fixated on seeing a comedy show. Yeah. Juan come up in that bad boy, he headlined, had a few comedians in there. Ain't too many people getting no love because they in that drunk talking.
They try to smash.
So Juan get up in that thing, man, and they just, I remember these two ladies, man, they just would not stop talking, man. They just drunk going. And I watched this dude transform that crowd from just a regular hole in the wall hood to a comedy show just by his professionalism, just by how funny he was, interacting with them. Yeah. While they talking crazy, he giving it back to them, but not doing it in a way that's gonna piss them off or take it over the top. Yeah. And by the time he came out stage, everybody was laughing and clapping, and right there I was like, man, this dude a pro. Yeah. Because the average, I don't think a new comedian, I don't think an unpolished comedian, and I don't think a comedian who don't have the ability to transcend hood, and they couldn't have pulled it off. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you remember that.
No, I do.
But yeah, but he turned that crowd around, and I was just sitting there like, okay, yeah. That's when because I had been a bunch of Juan shows. I knew he was funny, but that's when I saw he was the real deal. That's crazy.
You know why I remember that show? Yeah. Because I remember them ladies talking, and I'm like, damn, ma'am, the name of the club says speak easy. Said, I can hear you.
He said, you need to speak easy.
That's
everybody fell out, man.
Yeah, everybody like, oh my God, that was so much fun.
And he told a joke. He didn't like say, you know, one, I'll rock with him, man. Yeah. He told a joke about his lights got cut off. And he say it was so bad. He say they cut his lights off. They were so pissed off at him. He lit some candles in the house.
We were poor.
He said the light people came and blew the candle. I said no lights.
And you know what? Look, we talked about that because I did that joke on the DVD with Cedric. Yeah. And I stole that joke. Yeah. I stole that joke. No, I did. Yeah. I did. That's a big thing. Like, you don't do that. And I did a Rodney Bingham's joke, the Brady Bunch joke. Okay. When I said 6 Mexicans, you know, that's a gang because I did it, and it's my fault. I didn't do it like, oh, I'm gonna steal the jokes. Watch this, because I had so much material. Right. Okay, I hadn't seen Rodney. You know why? Because Rodney was doing this thing, and back then we had beepers and stuff. There was really no phones and stuff, so we couldn't get in touch. And then St. Anthony, I didn't see him for a while. And St. Anthony would do that joke like, we would support light company would come and blow out our candles. So, you know, I did it. Right. I did it thinking, because my manager, when I got off, my manager Vance was like, why would you do that? Yeah. And plus I did other material, but they cut that out and they left those in there because they were strong, funny jokes. Right. Yeah. And what do you call it? I said, bro, I'm going to tell them. They're going to be happy, dude. Yeah. Those are my dudes. Yeah. Like, I'm going to tell them. Right. And people were like, you know, people know in Houston whose jokes they were. Okay. And I was like, yeah, oh, man, they'll get mad. And then I started thinking like, no, man, I didn't do it like that because they're not doing comedy. Because, you know, people were, you know, I guess hating on certain people. Like, no, he ain't doing comedy no more. Right. He ain't doing comedy. But it was my fault. I should have researched. I should have never done those jokes. Yeah. But I was having a good time, was buzzing, and then I thought of them. I was, oh, and it happened on stage.
Yeah.
Like the first time I ever did those jokes were on that night, that stage. That's why my people were like, "What? Why would you do that?"
Right.
I'm like, bro, they're gonna love that stuff.
I think it's real to even admit that.
No, and then they forgave me. I had to ask for, you know what I mean? Like, they forgave me. Rodney, I love him. He's like my brother, bro. Rodney looks out for me, and it was his joke.
I wanted to ask you about,
and I told Rodney, because we're so much friends now. Like, I love that dude so much, and he goes, yeah, Juan, but you still stole my joke. You ain't never paid it. You ain't never paid me for it. I'm like, well, then it's not stealing.
Well, it was funny to me.
Like I said, no, I
wanted to ask you about joke stealing, because I know in comedy that's like a cardinal sin.
You know what? And I did, Willie D's podcast, and I told him this story, and he's like, wait, Juan, you stole 2 jokes? I'm like, yeah. I could say, look, I didn't steal them. I was kind of giving them like, hey, showing them love, but no, I knew the rules already.
Right.
But that was stealing. Yeah. That's stealing, and I can't say no. You can't fix that. Yeah. Like I gotta be like, man, my bad.
Yeah, no, that's real though.
Like, and they forgave me, and St. Anthony said, man, keep doing it, man. Yeah. You're doing good. Rodney didn't care. Rodney, you know what I mean? Ronnie is a beast, bro. When you see Rodney Bingham getting that zone,
I'm familiar without a doubt, man.
Rodney's
salute
a beast.
to Rodney. Yeah, sure.
And I tell Rodney, man, I'm like, man, Rodney, I've known you for 32 years, bro. Yeah, you stole that joke from me. I'm like, yeah, but the sad thing is, like, in 32 years, you only wrote 1 joke that I can see. I've been waiting for you to write 1 more good joke.
But comedians, man, because beef in the comedy game is like huge right now. I ain't never seen that.
Because there's millions involved.
Yeah, but I mean, it's from like a personal, like, seem like guys are jealous and envious of other guys, and this guy's rising, this guy he been doing it longer, this guy shot out faster, whatever it is, kissing butt to get on. Comedians are just going at it, man. But what's your take on that? And have you ever had any issues? Like, I know you, Keisto wanted to ask you about the whole, George Lopez thing or whatever, but what's your thing on the current state comedians with the beefing and how you look at that now?
Man, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it, man. Like, come on, man. Like, and I know Cat. I've done hundreds of shows with Cat. Hundreds, bro. And I never seen him do drugs.
Yeah.
We smoked and hang out with some honeys. That was it. He never treated me, and I think he's funnier off stage than on stage. Like, Cat has always been really cool with me. As a matter of fact, him, and Gary Owens worked in Austin, and I was gonna walk to my hotel, and a limo passed me up, and it was Cat, and he says, "Juan, what are you doing walking to the room?" I'm like, it was like in Austin, that big old building, like 3,000 people, 4,000. Cat sold it out. I'm like, I was just gonna walk. Like, come on, man. So he stepped out the limo, let me in there. He had about 8 females, and then dropped me off at the hotel. He's like, would you like some company for the night? And I'm like, okay. He's like, her, like, yeah, her. Oh, you gonna get greedy, get 2? Okay. So and that's how that night ended. So that's all I gotta say about that. It was great. He was really cool. But when I saw him on Shay Shay, it was like, I was like, Cat, you ain't got to do that. Like, you ain't got to say all that. You ain't got to do that. Like, it's, because, a lot of the stuff he said is true, but then some of the stuff was not. You know what I mean? And I know him. Right. And I was like, man, I ain't never seen you read no book. But I love him, man. Yeah. Like, I love Cat. And I'm lucky that I'm cool with everybody. Yeah. Like, I'm really, really cool. Because I don't know if you heard what happened with Corey Holcomb and Earthquake. Remember the Corey?
I heard I think I heard Corey talking about it when they had the issue at that time.
Yeah, because I came in on a Sunday the day after,
right? And
the managers always give me a hug and what's up, Juan, whatever. And me and my wife, and they didn't even look at us. I walked to the office like, you okay? Like, are you supposed to be here?
And that was in Houston.
That was in Houston. I was like, well, I came to see Corey, and he's like, maybe that's not a good idea. I'm like, no, that's my dude. That's Corey.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Juan, but something happened here last night, and it went really bad. It was about the green room, and I don't know if they want anybody here. Stuff. I'm like, that's like, you don't understand. Like, that's my dude, bro. Like, you don't get it. Like, I would leave. He's like, and then Corey came in the office, and I'm standing outside, not the green room, but there. He saw me, and grabbed me and pulled me in the room.
Yeah.
And pulled me in the room. I said, man, my wifey, get his wifey.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Oh, y'all done fucked up now. Y'all done got Juan and Corey back together, because we used to do shows back together back in the day.
Yeah.
That's why he, gives me a lot of love, man. Juan used to rock them rooms and stuff. So Corey gave me a lot of love, man. And it was cool because the managers at the club were like, man, Juan, that's good.
Right.
Because nobody talks bad about you, whatever. And then he told me a little bit of what happened. This was before the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that don't even sound right. Like, that's not cool. And then he just said a little bit, and then we didn't talk about it. Because that's why I think people like me, because I don't like people tell me stuff about other people.
Right.
Especially if I wasn't there, whatever. But because I've had comics come up to me like, man, you ain't gonna believe that motherfucker with it. I said, bro, well then go tell him.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me what.
That's
You
right.
think I'm your messenger, bro?
That's right. That's
You're
right.
telling me that I'm gonna run over there. Hey, that dude said like
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Or you ain't bold enough to tell him yourself, so you gonna tell somebody else. Don't tell me, go tell him.
That's what I tell people, man, because I heard a dude came up to me one time and I heard that. He said, hey, man, people say you talking shit about me. I'm like, oh, they lying? They lying? Oh, they lying? All of them lying? Like, yeah. I'm like, when you see me talking shit to you, like, I don't use messengers, bro.
Right.
Like, when I tell somebody, fuck you, I want them to see me say, fuck you.
Right.
Because there was a dude on stage and he said some stupid shit. And I said, man, fuck that dude. And then when he got off stage, some other comedian passed him up. He goes, hey, man, Juan said, fuck you, with a smile. And I said, hey, I wasn't smiling when I said that shit. And I said, look at me, bro.
Right.
I'm like, look, this is how I said it. Fuck,
yeah.
Don't fuck up my fuck you, bro. Like, motherfucker, fuck you. You try to fuck up my fuck you with a smile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker, this is not friendly shit right now.
Well, this the moment we've been waiting for, man. Keystone got a question.
What's
You've been
up,
trying
man?
not to talk all night, y'all. It's time now, man.
What I was gonna ask you. when I first seen you had on Comic View,
Yeah.
you had an SPM shirt.
Oh. Yeah.
And I said, man, you from the crib.
Yeah.
Now, do y'all still have a relationship, or did you have a relationship at the time?
At the time, I would, I was booking Aggravated
That's
the
my
most.
yeah.
Okay. I showed a flyer. Check this out. And I told them like that's what I was doing, because people were telling me like how to promote. So like, but check this out, Reno. Look who I promoted.
Oh, heck no, man.
That's 1996.
I was looking for the year on there.
Yeah, 1996. That's Aggravated.
I remember Aggravated.
Yeah, and South Park, Mexican.
Man, wow. Old school flyer.
Oh, it's good fly.
It's like one of them old Sam Cooke, Otis Redding flyers right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I wore his shirt because I said, look, I'm a Mexican on BET, and they show a lot of reruns, a lot of me. So I'll wear your shirt. Give me $5,000 to sponsor it, and he would give me, $5,000. He'd give me a little bit more sometimes.
Right.
It was cool, man. Just wear it, and I would have somebody stitch it up right there on 45. And the little Chinese, they would just, you know what I mean? So they did that, and when I showed up, they didn't say nothing. They laughed. They're like, South Park Mexican. They thought I was talking about the cartoon,
Right.
that I wanted a Mexican on there,
Right.
And I didn't say nothing because they were all getting 150.
Right.
You know what I mean, I didn't make $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Y'all
and then
y'all won't.
and then you could do a joke and mention this how how I used to hustle. I'm like, look, I'll talk about your club that I was at a club, and I'll throw it in there. And I'll say I was in so and so, I did a club, whatever. Like, man, you do that, I'll give you $3,000.
Right.
So I would hit a barbershop. So my sets on BET, I was making 1,000.
Right.
People, I was hustling, man. And then BET wanted me They really, really wanted me because when Gary Owens got to host BET, it started a bunch of stuff. And then, my black comedian friends were like, Juan, what you going to do? Because we going to boycott.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Right.
He's like, man, they got Gary Owens, man, doing BET, Black Entertainment. I'm like, man, I know it sucks to y'all or to everybody. Like, I don't know what to say, but like, he's gonna draw more people, man. White people might tune in. Like, you might get more followers. That like this might get more sponsors, more. Because I was always looking at it at the business side,
right.
and they were looking at it as a selfish me. Like, oh, like, so that's why it never bothered me.
Okay.
And BET paid $150, but now that it's all over and everything, I did a podcast with my manager, and I said, hey man, BET paid me a lot of money.
Yeah.
BET would send me money and for a rental car and for the hotel.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but they was only giving because you're not the first comedian to tell me that they was paying that low amount, but you basically your blessing is the exposure, being on that big platform.
Hey, bro, look, you want me to? I had a VH10, and I like, you want me to say the name of your restaurant? On TV, and it airs for like a whole year.
Right.
And it's like, how much? Like 5,000.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I would do that. So I was making thousands, bro. People didn't even know that I was in hustle mode.
Yeah.
And they weren't. They were trying to be creative and be like. I'm like, if I say this dude, what's his name? Barbecue, JB, like,
this is a $15,000 show all of a sudden.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you was on there the most, right?
And BET would be like, how much you make tonight, Juan? I don't even want to tell you.
Be like, huh?
How much you make tonight, Juan?
Huh?
And then other comics started getting close, like, Juan, how much did you make tonight? I'm like, 150.
Yeah.
Because they were checking me to make sure don't
get a game up.
Because they were like, I did it 11 times.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who did it 11 times. But that's because I had that mentality, that philosophy, that the Bruce Lee thing. So it's like, no, we could use one again.
Right.
We could use one again. Some comedians wouldn't do it again. Like, nope, I'm not going to burn my material.
Right.
I'm like, man, it's 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, 7 minutes, bro. Like, you can write another 5-7 minutes. But some comics don't. They had one good set. They're comfortable with it. And they do it for years, bro.
Right.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at them. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We had Ali in here, and I was talking about we was just explaining how as an artist, as a rapper, a singer, you could perform the same songs for decades over and over, every city, but as a comic, you can't do the same jokes you did in 91.
No.
You have to constantly keep coming up with new material because, it's only so many times I can laugh at a joke I've heard 15 times. I can rock out to a song forever. What's your process in terms of like staying current, staying relevant with your material and all that?
Well, that's the thing. I was raised, look, I started in March of 92, and then by October I did BET, and then I did HBO.
Wow.
And then I was hanging out with Paul Mooney, great Arnest J, a whole lot of J. Anthony Brown. Like, I was hanging out with, professional comics, and they would tell me, certain stuff. And then white comics had a different thing. I'm like, do you like doing current events? Like Andy Huggins, right? I asked him, Andy, do you like doing current events? He's like, man, one, I want my jokes to be more relevant for at least a year or two. Like, I don't want a joke to be funny for a week.
Yeah.
So I did the food stamp joke and this and that. So I got 28-year-old jokes, 29-year-old jokes going viral on TikTok.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, the food stamp joke. We were on food stamps. So we barbecue every weekend, bro. Leg in the die, leg up, ghetto barbecue, whatever. Yeah. That was a strong joke. Now I got people bashing me. That's why we need to send all you Mexicans back. You're taking our food. And me, 12 barbecues. Wow, I hope you're proud of yourself. Yeah. And I'm like, I paid that back in 1990.
Somebody that wasn't even born criticizing the joke, trying to counsel you behind it.
And you know what, bro?
Yeah.
They helped.
Yeah.
Like, I had, like, people would tell me, like I would go get a dime from my homeboy, right? Yeah. I'm like, hey, man, can I get a dime? That's that $10 I owe you. Yeah. He's like, okay. I'm like, well, no, like, from me another one, fucker. He's like, Juan, you've been doing this for like a year, man. Yeah. You come in, you always $10 in the hole. Give me that, but you owe me that. And like, man, Juan, like what do you do, man?
Yeah.
What do? You don't party, you don't drink, you don't go out, you don't do stuff.
Yeah.
You're always with your kids. Like that's what I'm a family man.
Exactly.
I got 5 kids. That's 7 breakfasts, seven lunch, 7 dinners without the snacks and the cookies. That's 21 meals a day. So every 10 days, that's 210 meals.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't
like,
do the math.
yeah, that's 630 meals a month without the snacks and this and that. So, because he told me, like, you don't drink, you don't party, you don't go to, like, a gentleman's club, you don't do none of that shit. I'm like, no, bro, I buy food.
Right.
Man, that dude looked at me, he's like, Juan, hold up. He gave me 2 more. Like, here, man, he's going to be a while, but don't worry about it. You owe me 30, but don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, man, thank you, man.
Yeah, you broke it down.
Yeah, like, but people don't realize that. Like, man, you got, I had 4 boys and a daughter. My boys, they would eat.
Yeah.
Like, you can't give them 1 pork chop and an egg. Like, man, that's a whole bag of pork chop.
You was rocking heavy with Carlos Mencia for a while too, right?
Yeah.
What happened to him? That dude just disappeared. I know he got caught up in some jokes, stealing crap. They kind of exposed him a lot of comedians big time behind it, but he just seemed like he just fell off the planet. What's going on with him now? Have you talked to him?
He's still selling out.
Wow.
Every show, every weekend. He's got his residency in Vegas.
He's just not mainstream. Like, he's just not visible like on TV anymore.
Bro, and then, like, the jokes that they said that he stole and the name Ned. Yeah, they were making fun of his name, Ned. Well, when I met him at the hip hop, when it was at the Ramada Inn on Cross Timbers, they booked. I won a comedy competition, right? And it was funny. It was easy because it was 10 comedians, so they all brought their family. Yeah, I didn't have family that was going to the Black Club at that time. Like, we good. Yeah. We'll wait for you. So I went in there and. This family would clap for this comic. This family would clap for this comic. But when they said give it up for one, they all clapped for me. Yeah. Because that's what I was doing. We gonna stick around, let it dry up, and the UFO joke.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I won, and then Rushan said this. Yeah. I'm gonna book a Mexican comic who's not even Mexican, but you need to meet him because he's going to be a millionaire.
Yeah. Wow.
I said, okay. And when I saw Carlos, I was like, okay, I wasn't impressed, like whatever. And then I went up and I tried new stuff in front of him and I bombed, bro. I did terrible. And then Rushan goes, what are you doing? Yeah. Because I'm thinking I got to switch material every week. He's like, no, man, work on them same jokes. This is not the same crowd. They haven't seen that. Right. And I was like, okay. And then Ned, he goes, watch this, bro. Yeah. And
the Punisher.
Yeah, he went up there and just killed it. Wow. He did. I mean, he got about 5-6 standing ovations per show. Yeah. He would say stuff, and he was talking about him. My mom named me Ned. Right. What? I got 17 brothers and sisters. I'm like, why did you name me Ned? She's like, I ran out of names, Yeah. Joaquin, Armando, Juan, like, and then we were coming to America. And so I had to write that. I just, Ned. Yeah. Ned, that's his name, Ned. Yeah, and he would do jokes about that. Right. So later on, they used that against him. He's not even Mexican. He's German. His name is Ned. So whatever. But the Bill Cosby thing, that's the one. Like, because I know he didn't see that. I know he might have seen it, but he doesn't watch comedy that much. Yeah. And he just did it. He goes, I should have seen the joke. Yeah. I should have watched it. But I was like, really? Again? Because he's been going through this for years. When I met him, they said he was stealing and stuff. It's like, what is he stealing? Yeah. He's talking about his mom. He made millions. Right. I'm like, you think I'm going to hang out with somebody that steals jokes and makes millions and I ain't making shit? Right. Like, are you serious? Because, I mean, they didn't like each other. Comics in LA, whatever. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I don't need no friend. I'm trying to make this money. I'm like, man, like, I wouldn't let him. You know, like
Right.
like if you got a homeboy as a rapper and you know he's stealing this and that, whatever.
Right.
After a while, hey, bro,
No, it wouldn't even
Like,
be after a while. It'd be immediately.
right?
Hold on,
Like
don't
get
do that.
away from me.
Comedy and rap. That's
And
no.
and look,
don't bite.
he would do a joke. And he would make it up because like he didn't smoke weed or nothing back then. So he would just make up a joke, whatever. And I would say, hey, there's a guy named Tim Kaminsky who does a joke. Oh, good. Because I don't need that fucking joke anyways.
Yeah.
I don't need that joke. But Carlos is smarter than most of the comics. As a matter of fact, he's the smartest comic that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, from Steve Harvey to anybody, Joe Rogan with his podcast. I love his podcast.
Yeah.
Really intelligent. Ned will crush him.
Mm.
Ned, they took him out in the 6th grade because they kept trying to put him in the 8th and the 9th.
Yeah.
His dad said, nope, I don't want my son growing up with those kids because they talk different.
Right.
Took him out of school for almost 4 years, came back, and then 2 years later, he graduated, and another year later, he was already in college.
Right.
He got a full scholarship for college. So they took him out of school in the 6th grade for 4 years, came back, and graduated.
Yeah.
And over there in Honduras, they speak nothing but Spanish.
Right.
So he wasn't studied. He just came over here. That's how his brain works. So he was really, really smart, bro.
Right.
So like he's one of the smartest comics, but like, so he just got sick of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yes.
and then people were jealous, bro.
Yeah.
Because he was a shit. In the 90s, he'd walk in the comedy store and just fucking kill it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who was next, who whatever, and he would go long. And that's why they hated him too, because, you know, sometimes people had family coming in from out of town. That's their only night they get to go up.
Right.
And Carlos would do 2 hours.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And-
Swallow the time.
Yep, and he
Yeah.
didn't care because Dice would do it. Eddie did
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 hour sets lots of times.
Right.
Trees.
I've seen Eddie sit there for 3 hours, bro.
Right. You pay the price, I guess. You pay the cost to be the boss, I guess.
Yeah, that's the way it
In a
was.
sense,
And
yeah.
then, so then when he became the celebrity, and he could start bumping people, then it was like, oh, it got bad.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, book him.
Because I remember when he got the sketch comedy show, it was kind of like the like a Dave Chappelle, like a Chappelle show, like like in that.
that was supposed to follow Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, right.
That was supposed to that was already done. That was supposed to follow Dave Chappelle. Comedy Central said, "Look, man, this that whatever. How would you like to follow the Chappelle show?" He's like, "Oh my God, are you serious?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Because we need diversity. We want, you know, Dave Chappelle is drawing all sorts of different people. You know what I mean? Because he draws everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
loves him.
Right.
So he's like, now you can go right behind them." So it was going to be set up perfect for him. And then that Joe Rogan thing happened, and this and that, whatever. And
Yeah,
yep.
right.
And you know, like they said, some of that stuff is handled backstage.
Right.
It's not handled on stage.
Yeah.
Because look at Joe Rogan, his last special. There's like 3 or 4 jokes that he stole, or that he did that we know whose they were and who did them. Like we knew that, but he wanted to go live. Like, you know what I mean? Like to do a live show, it's hard, bro. You can't edit it, you can't fix it. And Joe Rogan was out there and he was doing his stuff, and then you could see his sweat under his tit, like it like a smiley face, like bro, like I was mad at him. Yeah, like a little smiley face. I said, look, he's going live, and then it wasn't even that good. Cat Williams to me is one of the funniest fucking dudes in the world. But when he did that special, he didn't hit the way he thought he was going to hit. And I know, because I know him. A lot of us know him. And there's some jokes that he did, and he played music, and he thought the people were going to go crazy, and they didn't, because it's live. And I'm like, you see, bro, like that's not me. I'm a good live comic.
Yeah.
Like me, I know how to transcend my comedy to the people there and the ones at home. So
to making those adjustments.
yeah, because if you're just making the people laugh in front of you, like on BET, some of the comics would just want to make the people laugh in front of them.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't do crowd work, because the cameras wouldn't catch them.
Right.
That's why you had to have material. So I would do material and do it, look at the camera, so everybody, because sometimes the crowd didn't laugh a whole lot hard at some jokes or whatever. But then when people would see it at home on TV, they go crazy.
Right. So so that's like editing magic and all that type of stuff that they would.
And see, you can't teach that.
Yeah.
So Like I would tell Vance, oh, I'm gonna do this joke. I would do, oh my God, then when I do this, that, he was like,
Oh, okay, I get it.
okay,
Yeah.
is that funny? You're
Yeah.
like, cause
Right.
I tell him the joke, and it's a big difference in me performing it.
Right.
When I tell him I'm gonna do this and that, whatever, he's like, Juan, as soon as you started it, bro, right there it kicked, right there it started, and then you said I'm gonna do my face like this, make my hand like this, do this, and
Right.
it was fun, man.
Right.
It was
Yeah, well,
fun.
I think when you can, as a comic, when you can just explain the premise of a joke and it still make somebody laugh before you even get into the fully developed version of it.
Yeah.
I think that's where you know it's gonna really be really funny, funny like that, man.
Yeah, man.
We holding it down for the homie Keystone tonight, man. He just in the cutout. Well, I'll ask you about how did you enjoy Lopez started? Yeah, get to me your notes, man. Like, how did you enjoy Lopez had y'all little thing, man?
Man, all this shit started at the golf course.
Yeah. How long ago? When was that?
Cardinals in '96 did. You saw what I did at the Gilas, right? That flyer when I promoted that show with SPM and what do you call it? Aggravated. You saw the flyer.
Okay, right.
I was like, look, I went up to this place and I said, let me borrow the venue. Like, why don't you do that? You're making money. Why don't you promote a show? So he got Paul Rodriguez, George Lopez, and him called the Three Amigos.
Right.
Okay. He paid, that's crazy, man, 'cause I shouldn't even be talking about money. But fuck it. He paid Paul $25,000 to headline, George Lopez $7,500.
Okay.
He would pay Mark Babbitt $10,000 to pass out the checks to make it look like he was the one promoting.
Right.
But Cardinals would make $200,000.
Right.
So, and then they did all over the country.
Gotcha.
So my boy, I gave him an idea. He made $16 million
Wow.
off that tour.
Wow.
He was like, I made $16 million off that. Like, fucker, give me 100.
I was about to say, he's like, hold on, man. You ain't got to split it with me, but 16.
Bro, he's
Yeah.
he's taking care of me.
Yeah.
Like he's like in 2008 when I went on tour with them, man, and I went on tour with them because that's when that Joe Rogan thing happened in 2006 or 2007, whatever it happened. So he wanted me to go with them.
Yeah.
He's like, look, Juan, on this tour, I need you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need me to be funny or like to be security? He's like both. I'm like, all right, because Ned's never had a fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like both.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I get it. So he paid me a little bit extra, whatever, but I worked with him for like 3.5 months, man.
Yeah.
He gave me like $250.
Right.
So that was a lot.
Right.
That was a lot of money. That was
no question.
and then everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Golf clubs. He bought me like a $6,000 set of clubs.
Right.
Bought me some weights. And then I was making that money every week. Every
Right.
Monday we get paid. It was with Live Nations tour. So
Yeah.
Cardinals is taking care of. As a matter of fact, I had to stop for a while to take care of my parents. When my family was, going through my mom chemo and radiation, and I could not work, and she had a peg tube. So every 4 hours, medicine, food. I would wake up maybe twice a month and open the front door, whatever, and Ned would send me a $5,000.
Wow.
I'd wake up and it'd be a cashier's check. Juan Villarreal, $5,000. I love you, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know
Yep.
how people are. You get a public perception about individuals based on who got the power to control their narrative. With all the stuff you saying behind the scenes, it's like, nah, this dude, I can't speak for y'all, but he kept it 1,000 with me. That's your Smith here.
Yeah. And those dudes that say that, they know.
Right.
They know me.
Right.
Like, they know I would call them out and be like, hey,
Right.
fucker.
Yeah.
Like that. No, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that shit. So, but it never got to that point. And then I started headlining right away. So we split up because he's like, man, like, I can't pay you what you're worth.
Yeah.
You need to go do your own thing. Cause
Right.
he goes, I'm not going to pay you $5,000 to open up for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, Cedric does. He's like, me and Cedric are not the same. You know what I mean? Because DL, Cedric, they would all take care of me. Steve Harvey was so cool with me, bro. It's mandatory to wear a suit to open up for him. Well, Steve said, they would tell, hey, you're working with Juan. Okay, well, don't don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
Juan gonna look cool. He gonna wear little J's,
Right.
whatever, but don't.
Right.
He ain't gonna wear no suit.
Right.
But don't fuck with him.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. No
so
doubt.
that's how cool Steve was with me.
What happened with you and George? What was that all about?
I beat him in golf, bro. I think that's what it was.
Man, come on.
It was me, Carlos Mencia, Mark Babbitt, and Paul didn't want to go play, but it was us four.
Yeah.
And I was playing with blades, some old clubs, but I was, I didn't have my glasses. I was young. I was good. Dude. I get pulled at a bunch of stuff. So I beat him. And I was making fun of him.
Oh.
And I think, I really think that's
trash talking him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he couldn't
handle it.
Yep, couldn't handle it. And then when DL asked me to, do that Black and Brown tour,
Yeah.
man, it was him and Arnez, right? He asked me, and he's like, "You want to host a tour, Juan?" I'm like, D, like, I done got my stuff repoed. I pawned my clothes. I was like, because that's when my dad was going sick. Like I went through 9 years, so people didn't know that I was doing like sniper shows.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know, like when they repoed my car, I filmed it. And when they cut my phone off and I had to pawn my watch and I'd go in there and they'd know me like, oh shit, it's Juan Villarreal. Like, bro, you know me? Like, yeah. Well, how much can I give it?
Right.
Because I was buying Pampers and mattresses and I was buying, cancer is expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't have no help. It was just me.
Yeah.
It was just my aunt and my uncle came at the end. My two aunts, my uncle, and the neighbors would help, but like it was just me, chemo, radiation every day. And so for 9 months, so I had to cancel a bunch of shows. So the promoters were like, man, well, we'll never work again. I'm like, bro, but my mom is dying. Well, that's what moms do, man. They die.
Oh,
you got to keep working. Like, so I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, dude. And so, and then I had some people use me, to make money.
Right.
I mean, they would give me a little bit of money. They'd make a lot.
Right.
And then sometimes they didn't, and someone didn't want to blame me. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck every time I talk to you. It's about your fucking mom and your fucking dad. And I was like,
they'd have been done. Like,
I was like, man, like the old one, because he's my mom.
Yeah.
When my mom, got sick, it's like I changed, bro. Like my thuggism kind of like, some dude said something to me at the store that I would have.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, come on, bro, and get your homeboy. He want to need some help. Come on, man.
Right.
And he cussed at me, and I was like,
yeah.
So that's when I knew I was kind of like getting older. And because like, look, man, I'm going to be 58, but I still work out.
Right.
I run, I kick, I fucking punch. I'm still good. Like I'm still waiting to be like at a store and like 3 dudes come in and rob it. I can fuck them up, dude. Be on TV, go viral. We on tour, man. We on tour.
It is.
That's it.
We back in the money, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Keystone had a question. He said, like, what was the craziest gig you ever did? Like something just like, you're like, oh, hell no. How'd I get in this situation?
Man, I don't even know if I could talk about it. Let me think. Hold on.
7 years?
Like,
okay, look, I'm gonna say it real quick.
yeah.
I got booked for $15,000 to do a private party. They picked us up. We couldn't see where we were going. We was in the valley.
It was a puffy party.
Nah, and then, like, it was a big old beautiful, like a ranch and a house, and then they had a stage and a dance floor, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then we were there. They fed us a little bit, this and that, whatever. And they said, hey, man, you're going to go on at this time, 9 o'clock.
Right.
I'm like, okay, because the main guy's going to be here about 8:15. And about 8:15, a helicopter came out of nowhere, and the helicopter stayed floating over the ranch.
Right.
And they went and got all our phones.
Yeah.
They picked up all our phones. Like, I need your phone. I need your phone. I need your phone.
Right.
I need your phone. And we couldn't say no. Like we kind of knew where we were, because we didn't know. But I was in the Army, so I know the stars.
Yeah.
Like, I know where the fuck which way to run. and you know what I mean. So I did my show, and it went fucking great.
Yeah.
It was good. The dude loved me, whatever. And I said, where you going? I got to go back to prison. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that fucker, the helicopter took him back to prison.
Man, I got to try to guess who that is, man. Like,
don't guess, bro.
If I guess, I ain't gonna say my guesses, but I got to think. What year was it?
But I left your name on a piece of paper in case something happens to me for insurance.
What year was it? What year was it? Well, you ain't gonna tell what year it was?
Nah, hell no.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm leaving it alone. We got the great Juan Villarreal.
Yeah, you might see a little red light on me through that silver.
I'm saying now, we ain't gonna do that at all. We ain't gonna do that at all, man. So you said you answered one of my questions I had because I was gonna ask you, have you ever bombed before? You said you did because I never seen a show you did where people wouldn't just fold it over laughing. Every time I see you perform, they crack it.
Nah, I bombed at Austin High School.
Yeah.
I had been doing comedy for 3 months.
Yeah.
The lady saw me. She booked Jay Lamont, Billy Jones, and David Raybon, vets. So, and then Jay, Lamont, he could do them sounds.
Yeah.
Man, I had to follow that. David Raybon. I had to follow Billy Jones, David Raybon, and then Jay Lamont.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in the gym at Austin, and I went to Milby. That's a rival school.
Oh,
so when I went up there, I'm like, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? And then they said, don't cuss.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me that.
Right.
Till I got to the school, like, don't cuss. So I was like, oh, so it was me, my ex-wife, and my little girl. She was like 1 year old. And I was like, man, what's going on, Austin? How's everybody doing, man? Please give it up for everybody. And they clapped, like, cool, man. What school you go to? Like, man, I went to Milby. Boom!
Oh,
bro.
man.
They all started booing me for like about a minute.
Wow.
And then I said, man, fuck y'all, bro. Like, fuck this. And look, we're in a gym with a little bullshit ass speaker. Milby, at least we got an auditorium. Man, fuck this. I don't need this. And they ran and fucking tackled me.
Oh, man, it got for real.
Okay, and then they gave me my $75. Then check this out. I had a 77 Hornet, a yellow car. Okay, an old car that I bought from this dude for $100.
Yeah.
So he's like, you have fun, and it didn't have a manifold. All right, I don't know if you ever heard a car with a manifold, but it sounds like a Harley.
Yeah.
Like I would turn that bitch on, and yeah. So I told my ex-wife, let's go. So we're leaving. And I parked like 3 blocks away from the school because I didn't want the kids to see what we were driving in.
Right.
So I got in my car, Reno. I turned it on. That fucker said, click, click.
Oh.
Click, click. I'm like, come on, man. Click, click. I'm like, dude. And my ex-wife was like, what's going on? Like, man, click, click. Click, click. Like, all right. So I was like, let's just wait a little bit. Waited about, 4 or 5 minutes. It's almost started like this. See, a little bit more like, oh my God. And then we just heard, there he is.
Oh.
Boo! And I looked, man, I'm 3 blocks away. I heard, there he is. And I looked this way, because I'm like 4 houses deep down in the block, right?
Yeah.
And I looked this way, there's some kids, there he is, boo, boo, and then more kids started running and boo. I'm like, man, me, my ex-wife, and my little girl.
Man, he got booed. That's crazy. The building.
I was 3 blocks
to the
away,
neighborhood,
bro.
yeah.
I was 3 blocks away. I parked in this lady's driveway, and then you know what happened. I was depressed. I didn't know, man. I turned the key and I started, and that made them laugh even more. Like, oh God!
Yeah.
But I said, I left that neighborhood.
Your car had a sense of humor.
I left that neighborhood. I went home. I was so embarrassed for me, my family.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I cried, but I was like, like, man, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get a job. I'll just get a job and I'll just get a job and I won't go through this.
Yeah.
And I, told my ex-wife I'm sorry. And she's like, no, it's okay, whatever. Like, I didn't even get to one joke. And then Rushan, David Raybon told Rushan one bomb really bad. He needs to come and do shows tonight. So Rushan called me and said, Juan, I need you at the hip hop. I'm like, hey, Rushan, I'm going to talk to you next week, man.
Yeah.
Like, next week we'll talk. I'll go to, he goes, no. I need you tonight at the shows. I need you to do 4 shows this weekend. I'm paying you.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I don't think I'm ready, Rushan. I think I'm going to, she goes, man, I need you at these shows.
Right.
I'm going to send somebody to go pick you up. I need you at these shows. And he did. And then I went, and the first show that I did at the hip hop, killed it, crushed it. And I was like, man, today I did Austin High School.
Right.
And I had, 1,000 Mexicans booing me.
Yeah.
And now here I got, 250 black people standing up for me.
But you
Like,
know,
I'm confused.
no, because sometimes though, it's all about how it starts. It's like just by saying you went to Milby,
That was
you
it.
blacked out. You weren't gonna get a chance. No way. So that wasn't reflective on your material. That was just more so like, man, that's like if
And
I
I'm
just show
3
up.
months in the game, so I don't even know. I
Yeah.
went to this school. Like,
Yeah.
I would have lied like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't. That wasn't really on you or the material. That was just Milby. We don't like Milby. Boom,
Bro.
You could have said the funniest material of all time. They still would have gave you a shot that night.
And that was the same year. That was 92, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's 2008, 2004. I did a DVD with Cedric. Now I'm selling out all over. These people are coming up to me like, bro, I love your comedy, man. I was there at Austin. What? You boo me? Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, I just said, man, I know, man. I feel bad because you're so funny.
Yeah.
Bro, I've had at least 200 people say that.
Right.
Man, I was there, man.
Yeah.
What? He goes, I was there. You know what? There's a judge, I won't say his name, but we was in a golf tournament and he was there.
Yeah.
He's a pretty well-known judge.
Yeah.
He's like, I was there.
Right.
I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. Like, and you were booing me? He's like, yeah, I was booing you. Like, objection, Your Honor.
Hey Juan, can I confess something to you?
Yeah.
I was
He was
there.
there.
No, I just
Go outside, bro.
I want to ask you this too, man, because I always wonder with you, like, did you ever have any aspirations of busting out on that mainstream level, like do a TV show? Like you see all the comedians end up with a TV, from George to DL.
No.
If that was never your thing, but two-part question, but also, do you believe in blackballing in the industry? Do you feel like you have been denied opportunities to bust up further than you are? And if so, do you attribute that to being blackballed or certain people not giving you a chance, or what you think it is?
Nah, man. Like, I was really lucky.
Yeah.
They loved me.
Yeah.
Like, Overbrook wanted me. I came second in the Latino comedy competition that Paul Rodriguez was hosting. And this was like 97, 98. And then I went home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was with Jeff Garcia and he was a young comic. He was 19. He was mad. I was living with him. I should have came in, whatever. And I came in second. Rudy Moreno won. And Carlos Oster came in third. And Jeff thought that because he was 19 years old, he was cocky. Like, he was like, I should have won, whatever. And then we went to his house and he was like, I'm funnier than you. I'm funny. And I had been living with him for a little while.
Right.
And I was already I was 29 with kids. He's 19, no kids. Right. And he's saying shit, dumb shit. And I'm just like, and Edwin San Juan, who's got a residency in Vegas, he was right at the table and we were smoking. And he's like, I'm funnier than you, man. Say it. Tell me that I'm funnier than you. He goes, tell him I'm funnier than him. And Edwin was like, man, I think both of y'all funny.
Right.
And then I said, you know what, Edward? Right there, it clicked, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I was living at his house. I had just got through a divorce. I took the bus. He picked me up at the bus station. I mean, whatever. So now I'm like, nah, you ain't funnier than me, bro. Yeah. You could tell him that, like, I'm like, you didn't even place.
Right.
You didn't even place, bro. And like, you know what? This shit is way too easy. Like, you can't do the rooms that I can do. Let's go to St. Louis and go do Cedric's backyard. Right. Let's go do this. Let's go do, like, he couldn't do those rooms. Yeah. And what do you call it? Like, and so he goes, you need to get the fuck out of here, you whatever. So he kicked me out. Wow. I'm like, okay. And then I didn't know where I was going to go. And then Fluffy called me. He's like, bro, I heard you came and said good and this and that. Like, yeah, man, this that, whatever. Like, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, man, Jeff just kicked me out. Right. Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. He said that he should have came in second and not me and blah, blah, blah. And man, you killed that, man. You should have won. Right. And I'm like, nah, man, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. Now I'm fucking 29 years old. And I almost cried too. I was like, he could hear me. Like, he's like, stop. I'm going to go pick you up. He was 19 too. Right. And he came and picked me up. And I went to go live with them for a few months, for like 6-7 months. and I got him with Pat Buckles, who wanted to manage me. But I said, no, this dude, he's young, he's cute, he's charismatic, he's a little chubby. This is who you want.
Yeah.
And she didn't even want to see him. She saw him, signed him up, got him on Make Me Laugh, and within 2-3 months, he got a $300,000 development deal. And now look at him selling out Dodger Stadium twice, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, making. But see, that's the thing. Like, I'm almost done. Like, I got stuff recorded and stuff like that. Like, I'm almost done, bro. Like, I'm going to be 60 in a couple years, and I'm not going to be 63, 64, traveling, doing shows. And like, that's like, bro, when I started this game, I said, if I can make 500 a week talking,
Yeah.
man, 500 a week talking, because I was working at roofing company making 300 in the sun and everything, and then all of a sudden it turned into a business. It turned into like
Right.
thousands, and count the doors, and we're doing percentages, and
Yeah.
so I would look at Vans and I'd be like, "Hey man," he goes, "It's sold out. Like, we got 1,000 people in here." He goes, "We got 1,100.
Right.
Wow.
I'm like, "And they all paid $20?" Like, yeah, like, man. And that's
Good
our
man.
money, dude. Goes, that's all.
Like you couldn't believe it. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gave me a check, right?
Yeah.
That's one of my first times. It was in Odessa. And I got the check, and it was like 20-something thousand. I was like, "What's this?" He goes, "That's your check." I'm
Right.
like, I don't want a check.
Yeah.
I don't want a check, bro. I don't need a check. I'm not going to take a $22,000 check.
Yeah.
I'll take half and half
Right.
or whatever, but I don't want. And Vance's like, "What, man? These dudes ain't walking around with 22,000 cash."
Right.
I'm like, "Well, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to." And they said, "Juan, what time your flight leave?" I was like at 2 tomorrow, 2 in the afternoon. We're gonna be there at your hotel at 11. The bank opens at 10.
Yeah.
We'll be there at 11, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And they did. And they came, and they brought me a box with cash, and they put it on the bed. There you go, Juan.
Right.
We want to bring you back later on in a few months. Thank you, this and that, whatever. And they left. Now I'm looking at 27,000
Right.
cash.
But you got to get on the airplane and take
And my black man, no, we had a car.
Okay,
I was
okay,
flying
okay.
back there.
Got it.
And my black manager, and we get pulled over a lot, right? So I'm like, "Hey, bro, like, I don't want to ride with this."
Yeah.
What then? What you want to do?
Yeah, what we gonna do? Just
Like,
float home? Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But we made it.
Yeah.
We made it.
So who manages you now?
Right now, it's I have a manager, Marco Gonzalez,
Yeah.
Up Above Entertainment,
Gotcha.
because he started, all that Up Above Entertainment with the music, the hip hop, and then I'm doing podcasts, and then I'm doing comedy, the first and third, because he's got a venue, and we're streaming shows.
Right.
So it's like the first and third Wednesday of every month, because I told people for 32 years you had to come to me. Now it's like, let me come to you.
Yeah.
So for $10, you can stay home and just chill, pay $10 and watch a live comedy show. And with, it's a $2 million studio.
Yeah.
So the equipment is top of the line.
Yeah.
So, we watch it ourselves sometimes to see the clarity, see what it sounds like. It's awesome, bro.
Good to
We
go.
just had Andy Huggins, we had Sticks, we had Vanity, we had Omar Gooding,
Yeah.
and now we're streaming them, but it hasn't hit yet, but it's going to, because we're doing a big campaign
It's
next
coming.
year and everything. And bro, you imagine having 3,000-4,000 people all
Right.
over the country, all over the world, really, because it's all over the world, and you can watch for $10, watch a live show for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like that.
Don't have to burn no gas. Don't have to leave the house.
Or buy a 2-drink minimum.
Yeah,
and
don't have to
leave
dress up or none of that.
nothing.
Yeah.
And if it's 3,000 or 4,000 people, 5,000 people paying $10, I'll be making 50,000 right there in that little
Yeah, it
room.
is.
So
It is.
that's money,
Any new comics? Any new comics that you got your co-sign on?
man. I haven't seen the new comics that I see. They've been in the game already for like 5, 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, like Joshua J. Nieto, and then Irma. Man, there's so many. But see, some of them are a little bit past that. But see the new ones. They call me Sticks. I don't know if you know that dude killed.
Okay.
Orlando's been doing it for a while, but he's still up and coming. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? With Two Charms. He's still, because
Okay.
he raps as well.
Okay.
So he's still a name out there. And then there's some comics like that are in the valley that, man, I wish we can get them here. They're so funny, bro. Like Mario Salazar and you know what I mean, Raymond Norta and stuff. But so there's a few of them, but not like I don't get to see all of them, bro.
Right.
I don't, and you know, I don't go out a whole lot to the open mic nights and stuff like that. So, but when I do, like, it's cool because people are like, oh shit, Juan's here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Juan? And people really get excited, and you know, some people don't, whatever. But for the most part, people get excited, and then it starts becoming about me.
Right.
Like they start asking me questions and talking to me, and I don't mind answering it. But the comic on stage wants them like
don't take the focus off of them.
Yeah, so that's why I would. You know, like a lot of people don't know this, but when I wanted to go see somebody at the Improv, whatever, I would sneak in.
Right.
It was hard because I had to wait in line. They started recognizing me, so I've been beating the fuck out of this guy. So I would sneak in and pay and sit in the back just so I could enjoy the show, bro. Right. Like, you know, like Dion and stuff like that. Like D-Ray puts me on the show right away. You come in, what's up? You want to host? You want to go up? Like, yeah, so like D.L. Hughley, I mean, stuff like that.
But you one of the greats, man. So I mean, you can only hide for so long. Because what happens is, the best validation is when it comes from your peers. Yeah. When the other people that are great and do the same thing you do, and they recognize your greatness, and it may be people they may not even know one like that, but they see you getting that cosign from somebody who do know like that. Like, okay, well, who would they do? Let me check him out. Yeah. You know,
and all that was because I took almost 9 years off. Yeah. I was doing sniper shows because of my parents. Right. You know what I mean? Because my mom, that was 9 months, and then my father was 2 years, and then my biological mom got dementia. So I went through, now I'm coming back up, and you know, we lived in a shack in the back, my dad's, and then we moved to Greens Point. Yeah. We were there for 2 years, and it was Greens Point, and then we moved to the Concord. Yeah, it was to the Concord. And you know what? I want to apologize to some of you guys at Greens Point, some of my black friends, my black peoples, because I know they said we ain't supposed to judge or be judgmental, but like some of y'all scared me, bro. Y'all had a bunch of tattoos on your face, no shirts, this and that, and I crossed the street. I saw y'all coming this way. I'm walking and say, man, don't do that. And some people used to be scared. No, if you cross the street, they're gonna think you. I don't give a fuck what they think. If I cross the street and I see one of them cross the street, the chase is on.
Where with that gut feeling?
Yeah, I got cousins like that. I got cousins that got all fuck the world, chinga tu madre. I tell black people, white people, if you see them come in, cross the street. They're crazy, man. My cousin got, murder, all in murder, fuck you, chinga the world, everybody. And then on the back, you look, he's got the Virgin Mary. Like, what? Bro, make up your mind, dude. I'm looking at you, I'm judging you like you're a killer and this and that. And
he trying to get some balance, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he just trying to get
But I'm looking at him and he's coming closer and it's just one and it's just me. So I'm not going to cross the street. One, I'm like, okay, I got this. So I'm walking and then, what's up? What's up, bro? But I still kind of look back a little bit, and that's when I saw the Virgin Mary. I saw the fuck you. I saw tattoos that I recognized. Yeah. So I'm judging him. I'm like, oh man, that's me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll get you out of here on this one, man, because I definitely got to ask you. I asked the same thing to Ali. Give me your top 3 comics all time. Not necessarily in order, just the best that ever do it to you. Best 3 that you ever saw do it.
Man. It's hard. Yeah. Yeah, but, because, like, when you say Richard Pryor, you got to say Eddie Murphy, you got to say Martin, you got to say Chris Rock, and you guys, because they were all.
He's the tree. Richard is the tree. Yeah. Those guys, you got the tree, then you got the fruit that comes from.
Because, like, George Carlin to me was badass, and then Sam Kinison was badass. But, bro, J.J. Williams, that opens for. Like Jeremiah what do you call it, from the SIP? JJ opens up for Cedric. Yeah. Man, that dude.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And then Tony Roberts.
Oh, Tony Roberts.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Tony Roberts?
Amazing.
He killed.
Amazing.
Yeah. Man, every time, it was me, Rod Stapleton, Tony Roberts, and J.B. Smoove on the show. Yeah. Everybody runs, everybody does flips, whatever. So it's like, who's gonna follow who? and I'm like, well, I'm Mexican, bro. I know I'm going to the middle. I can't put me.
Yeah.
Turn around and beat the hell out the microphone.
Yeah. Tony Robbins full of energy, man. It's
Man.
super funny, nonstop.
But JJ, man, JJ killed.
Yeah.
JJ, you know, he took a little time off. He went to some stuff, and bro, he's like beast mode.
Yeah.
Like fun, dude.
Right.
Like fun. And that's what I need to do. I need to go to LA and go hang out with some of my fun comics, because you know, here the comics that I hang out with is they're gone, they're doing stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, like Billy D, you know, the big comics, and Tommy Nephew. And,
Right.
you know what I mean? Ali.
Right.
'Cause I remember Ali from Just Joking.
Right.
And Ali's took care of me, bro. Ali's looked out for me. And, yeah, Ali, I'm gonna give you the 700, bro. I got you, bro. I got you. I'm waiting on the cash app to hit. Once I hit them little coins, Now, for real, he looked out for me. He took me to El Paso. Ali's doing a lot for me. Put me on shows. I could call him and say, Ali, man, I'm like really hurting, bro. Like, can I do a show for you? Whatever. He'll be like, I'm booked. I got it good. How much do you need?
Right.
Hold on. Give me cash app. He goes, I got it.
Right.
He should be $1 grand or $2. Like,
yeah, that's real.
I ran into Ali on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Huh?
I ran into Ali
Oh,
on
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
you told me. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Ali sat in that same seat, man, and just educated us.
Ali's helped a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of people, bro.
Wow.
A lot of people. And I hate that, like, the cat thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cat, that's the thing. Cat is big, whatever. When he walks by me, he will acknowledge me.
Right.
He cannot just walk by me and not say nothing. He's going to be like, what's up, fucking? Like, because that's how we roll.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like Corey Holcomb and Earthquake. That stuff happened.
Yeah.
Corey, you know, don't like Earthquake, but I like Corey. I like Earthquake. And they both love me. They both show me a lot of love.
Yeah.
And none of them, like, I don't let them talk about, like, I don't hear that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really lucky. All you young comics that are getting the game, stay away from all the drama.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to hear, oh, he's fighting with his wife. Bro, this, like, just stay away from all that. Is more peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because trust me, whether you like it or not, you hear certain shit, and they'll live in your head for a little while. The motherfuckers will say something, and you'll be thinking about it months later and stuff. So it's like, stay away from all that and just focus, and never get your energy from a hater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to show these haters. Well, don't. Haters are going to hate no matter what. Right. I've seen comics say, this dude don't think that I can do this. I'm going to show him. You can do it. You can do it. The comic did it, worked hard and did it. And then the comic that said you couldn't do it, when he did it, he was laughing at something. He goes, hey, bro, I fucking did it. So whatever. Like, so in other words, like, don't do shit for haters. Like me, I work really hard for people that support me and go to my shows and want to see me live, and I work hard for them. They're the ones that give me the, like, the desire, that deep, like, I still want to kill shit. Like, I don't want to do okay. I don't want to do like, man, well, it's good. I want to be like, God damn, that motherfucker's still funny. And that's where I'm at right now.
Too many people talk about being fueled by the haters. It's like, okay, that's cool that that's your thing, but I'm fueled by the love. You know, the love gonna outweigh that. You got 1,000 people that love you, and you worry about 4 haters over there.
I know.
You tripping.
And look, I'm not gonna say I'm not guilty of it.
Yeah.
Because like the food stamp, people are, that's funny. Oh my God, and people, oh, that's all we need, another Mexican on food stamps or whatever. And out of like 2,000, 3,000 comments that are great, sometimes I will answer to the most. You know what, fucker? I already paid my shit. Yeah.
It's funny. Those negative comments, they seem to chime. They're the same font, the same sound, but it seems like they got a glow on them that the other ones don't have. You scroll through a billion good ones, and then it's like, but you know, you just gotta just, because it's you know, it's a war you can't really win.
Look, I've never blocked nobody on Facebook, right? I've never, but my team has, because my wife, you know, looked at stuff like, because I don't know too much, so my wife helps me a whole lot. Like, maybe like, how do I check this? And because I found messages, and there's message requests, and man, bro, it's like, Juan, what are you doing tomorrow? I got 7,500. My dude bailed out in Chicago. Can you make it? We already bought your ticket. If you can't, don't worry about it.
Right.
Let me just let me know.
Right.
And that was like a year old.
1998.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
look,
man,
man, look this other club.
Yeah.
So that's what I got to work better on. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And my wife is really good at that, whatever. And they're like, you share your location with your wife? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm going to be 58. I'm happily married. I don't fuck around and I don't do nothing. I don't like to hang out with people to fuck around. Because for a while, like, when I was dating my wife, we've been together 13 years. When I was dating her, man, I had a comic come up to me and be like, hey, Juan, I was with you last night. And then his wife was like, hey, Juan, I heard you. So now my girl is looking at me.
Yeah, like, oh, so that's how y'all do? Oh, that's how y'all.
Yeah. And then she saw me when I said, hey, bro, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't lie.
Right.
Like, I don't lie.
Right.
And then, about 10 years ago, a lady, I lied. I said, yeah, he was with me, whatever. And she found out, and the way she said, like, you really hurt my feelings because I like you. You're such a lovable person. You're so nice. You're charismatic. But that really, really, it hurt me, Juan.
Yeah, no question.
Like that. And not cuss at me or nothing. And that fucked me up.
Yeah.
It's a spirit.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me make you love. Come here, girl. I gotta do this. Come here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's comedy can be anything you want it to be, and you know what bugs the shit out of me? Like, a lot of comics just try jokes on Facebook. Like, bro, save it for the stage.
Yeah.
Save it and stop posting open mics.
Yeah.
You're posting, I'm gonna be here at open mic. I'm gonna be here at open mic. I'm gonna do this open mic. And then you do a show in a room that holds 100 people and you sell 12 tickets.
Right.
And you're like, man, I don't know what. Like, well, because you're giving them options. They're like, I get paid the $10, $20 tonight, or I can wait till tomorrow. He's going to be over there, or he's going to be over there for free. Like, stop doing your comedy and stuff like that and do your work.
Right.
And all the personal stuff, leave that. Like, I stopped doing that. I stopped posting my grandkids and my family and stuff. Like, you know what? Let me just post work.
Can't do this. Yeah.
Like, let me just post work, man. Because we live right now in a day and age, bro, where, like, when I travel, I have security. I have to. And a lot of times, my mic is on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because right now, we're in a position where a guy or a girl could say, he touched me.
Right.
He wanted to be with me. And if you're like, no, I didn't. And so now you're defending yourself. You look guilty. Like, man, I would never do that. Like,
and people running on stage attacking comedians, the Dave Chappelle thing and all that. You know, it's
that was scary, bro, because he had a knife. Man.
Yeah. It's just a different day, man. Where like everybody want to be famous. They want to have that one infamous moment, and they'll do it even at the expense of somebody, celebrity, politician, or whoever it is, man. So and comedians, like I say, comedians have always been that one genre of entertainment where, you know, you so interactive with the crowd, and you could say something and find that you don't mean that. I've seen y'all perform many times, and somebody that knew they was coming to a comedy show, should know how comedy shows operate, sit right on the front row, and you say something joking about them, and then they get offended and want to take it to another level, man. So just a crazy time.
And see, I stayed away from all that.
Yeah.
If you go to my shows, you can't tell me, oh, remember that heckler?
Yeah.
Because I've been hitting this bike.
Right.
The heckler, like, I've never, like, I keep going. I keep going. And then I got a team. If somebody's getting really too loud, they'll go and be like, hey, man, chill
out.
Yeah. So I just keep going. Like, I don't ask no questions. Like, okay, who in here is right? No, hold on. Who? Like, I don't get the crowd involved.
Right.
I'm old school.
Right.
You sit back for an hour and 15 minutes and just watch me go, baby. Just let me do my thing.
And just convert them with the laughter.
But it's getting normal to do crowd work. Like, we couldn't do crowd work. And then it was harder for us to beat people. What do you call it? It was hard for us to get people to like us. Because, like, when I would open up for Cedric, they would say, man, y'all ready for Cedric the Entertainer? We're going to have a good night, San Antonio. Cool, we'll give it up for you, opening Juan Villarreal. And then they would just throw me out there.
Right.
And they'd be like, who's this dude?
Yeah.
Some people will recognize you, some won't. So we had to work to get our fan base.
Yeah.
Now, you know, the YouTube comics, social media comics, they already got their following.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we can't get mad at them. I hate when
Right.
comics get mad at them. Like,
Right.
look,
Me too.
look, when we started, the OGs didn't like us because for them to make it on TV, they had to go on the Johnny Carson show or the Tonight Show to make it. That was their big break.
Right.
The 90s came, Def Jam, BET, Comic You Que Locos, coming to the stage, blah, blah, blah. And you do 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Boom.
you on tour, bro.
Yeah, right.
You on tour. So, you know, the OGs will be like, man, y'all motherfuckers just got 10 minutes and y'all on tour, like Ronaldo Ray. Like, you know what I mean? So I get it. And I hear these comics saying, like, man, I need 5 minutes, some followers, you can buy some followers and this and that, and you can sell out the club and it's like,
and it'll be something that this generation benefit from that a new generation be doing something different, and they'll be complaining about them.
Yeah.
So it's always
so it's like, man,
that
bro.
process, man. But Juan, we thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been amazing, just like I knew it was gonna be.
Yep, funny,
Man,
funny.
Bro, I appreciate you, man.
I could have been funnier, but I wanted to give a little knowledge.
No, bro, you know, you was funny and informative, and that's what we like. You know, we like to get behind the person and then to the person as well, man.
Yeah, I got the funny down with the voice.
That's the funny part, right? Yeah, we held it down for my brother Keystone, though, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So, you got any social media you want to let everybody know you got?
Yeah, y'all can follow me at only Juan V.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Juan Villarreal, but it's you know, a lot of people can't say that. and black people, I used to be mad because like I could say Shaquanda, Takesha, Laquisha. Like I had, you know, I was single and I had girlfriends like that. I could even spell their names. I'm like, why you got 3 Q's in your name? But y'all can't say Villareal. Villareal.
Yeah.
And when I was single and I would, you know, get ready, I would tell my manager, okay, tonight we're gonna go out, we're gonna chill. And then y'all would bring me up, y'all give it up for Juan Villarreal. Like that's something like you need penicillin for, bro. That I would look at my manager like, you get no pussy tonight, bro. That's it. That killed. Oh, that's a Villareal kid. That's a Villareal. Like,
Man.
It's the Latin queens and the kings.
yeah.
Is that stroke still going?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like they stopped it because it didn't work out the way they wanted to.
Okay.
And they were trying, man. They wanted to do that, and I did it because a couple of people asked me because I didn't want to be like a Latin king, you know. But it's like, when I saw the check, I was like, oh, I'll be a king. Like I'll be a king, but I told them like, but we gotta do king shit.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna call this show Latin Queens and Latin Kings of Comedy, you know, we're not gonna be staying in no hotel. Like, you're gonna make us look good. You're not gonna send an Uber for us. You're gonna come pick us up. Like we're gonna, you know what I mean? Like look at Cedric and look at the Kings.
Right.
Yeah. And then I look at my buddies, man, who I love, Joey Medina, Alex Raimundo, Paul Rodriguez, because they're the Latin Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
And they're in a van driving to the show.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, they should be like, and me, because I got to hang out with black people and saw how, you know what I mean, we get treated. I like that.
Right.
Like, I like getting picked up in a nice vehicle.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't like checking in. I like to walk into the hotel. They just hand me my key.
And
I go to my room, and what I ordered, what I wanted is there.
Man.
And it's cool. Like, it's cool. And like, I like to play golf.
Yeah.
I like to go out. I don't go to after parties unless it's a, you know, Parent Street.
Yeah.
Like, a Parent Street is a big difference.
Yeah.
But, you know, because I'm old, bro. My kids are 38. They're like, man, I'm too old to go to clubs.
Yeah.
I'm like, why I feel when they make me go sometimes. I'm 58. Right. I'm going to be 58. And you know, I look at the guys are looking at us just like I used to look at that old man. That old man trying to look good. He probably got good insurance. He probably got a house.
We here on business. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, because I be at the club like this, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, that's not my thing.
Right.
Like, we can go play some pool.
Right.
We go play some bowling, go David Buster's and bowling. She's a little basketball thing. Like, I like to have fun, bro.
If I didn't do what I did for a living, I would never see the inside of a club, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Never.
Right?
Yeah. Our occupations put us in that in those settings, you know. It's all good.
And now we gotta have security.
Yeah.
We said we gotta have security because, like I said, anybody can anything. Like I record so much of my conversations, I'm mic'd up, whatever, just for that. Like
you ain't finna put the whammy on me, huh? Yeah.
And they still can.
Yeah.
They can say, well, no, he turned it off and he did like whatever.
Right.
Like, anything can happen.
Right.
That's why I like to have people around me and I hang out with good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hang out with good people, bro.
Well, salute, man. You one of the good people.
Man, thank you.
Always have been. One of the realest, the one and only Juan Villarreal, man. My brother, man. We catch y'all later. Underground Dialogue. This your big brother K. We know.
Ain't no brother
Keystone. We out of here, man.
Thanks for the night.
What's up, man? It's your big brother K. Reno, and check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the age. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volas.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, Volas, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box, man. Y'all don't know what it is, man. Catch y'all later on. Peace.
Level legit clothes, so get used to people asking you, yo, where you get those? Say we wear Volas. We wear Volas.